Today we're going to make classic Pomodoro sauce. I need bad boys, maybe a little bit riper. This is just my ripening window. And about 150 of these. Probably going to use about 12 big tomatoes and 150 small cherry tomatoes. Blend it up with a little bit of garlic. Definitely some black pepper. A little bit of salt. And one full white. When done, you should something like this. Put a little bit of olive oil in there first before you dump your tomato sauce in. Put a little bit of the olive oil on top. As those tomatoes cook down, I'm going to put a little bit more. And set it on low heat for quite some time. Think about creating a duck cell when you're doing this. You're going to put it on very low heat and cook it for a very long time to release all the water. I don't know how to do this. I did this on a whim, figured it out, and realized it cooks down for an extremely long time depending on the number of tomatoes that you use. I am using pans. It's about halfway full of their biggest pot. This does feed a lot, but Pomodoro sauce is really good for freezing, so you want to make sure when you make it, it tastes great because you can freeze it, thaw it out, and use it whenever you want. We are also going to be using some onion powder, garlic powder, and garlic salt for extra flavor. But I'm going to start cooking this down. I'll give you an update once we get to about the halfway point. Guys, I know I said I would reach out to y'all when we were about halfway. Now it's only really been about 10 minutes. But I did want to mention we are using fresh farm organic tomatoes from our very own garden. Every now and again, because it is going to start bubbling up, that you give it a nice stir. Just get all of those big bubbles out. You're trying to release all the water. You can see it's very, very liquidy right now. So go ahead and get all of that out. But I'm going to do it for you guys. I'm going to attempt to measure how much I put in. And it's going to be a guess for now. We'll taste it later for flavor and consistency, but we're going to start with 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Actually, we're gonna do 2. Let's go for it. Oh, made a mess. Let's do 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. We can always add more, but you can't take it away. Alright, I'm going to put those that I've already used aside, that way I can remember which ones I have already used. Makes sense, right? Gotta switch all over. Now we're going to do 1 tablespoon of garlic salt. It sounds like a lot of salt. It's really not that much. We're probably going to need more. Okay. Last ingredient I didn't pull out. Don't know why. I do know why. I don't like using this little pepper grinder, but we're going to do 1 tablespoon of this as well. Alright. Now we got all our spices in. If you have to go back in later, got it in the video what I used. And I will be posting a video in the description ingredients and how long I cooked everything later on. So now you want to give it a nice mix, all those spices. Get them in there as it starts to come up to a simmer. One really quick trick as well. So it's very liquidy right now, but by the time it cooks down, it's going to release all the water that's in there. So it's going to become very, very thick. Right now it's very, very loose. You just want to make sure that you get it into a nice consistency, get all that spice in there. That way now that I'm done with that, as it cooks, it releases it, and you get left with just the tomato that's left. Alright? Shout out to Tony. He told me how to do this, so thanks, Tony. you know who you are. So we are going to cook this down for quite a bit longer. Check on it every 15 minutes or so, give it a nice stir. And like I said, guys, I will meet you back when we're about halfway. Thanks so much. Alright guys, we are back. 20 minutes in, we're going to put about half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper in. Yes, cayenne pepper. It is going to be spicy. We're going to do 1 full tablespoon of crushed red pepper. Again, sounds like a lot, but it goes a long, long way. Remember, you can't take it away, but you can add it. At this point, you should have a nice rolling boil. Sorry for that sound, it's terrible. Should look something like this. It's very orange. This is a very orange sauce because all we're doing is using tomatoes. There's no tomato puree, no tomato paste. It is just strictly tomatoes, onion, garlic, and the seasonings that you put in with a touch of olive oil. Once again, you want to stir it to get that nice smooth texture over the top as it continues to simmer. Alright guys, this is going to cook down for quite some. Guys, while off camera, I just did about 20 twists of a pepper grinder and about 5 twists of some sea salt. Just trying to add a little bit as it simmers. You can see it sitting there. I want a little bit more of a coarser ground pepper because it's going to add more flavor to it. Alright, we will check back in when it gets closer to being done. It's really only been about 30 minutes. This is going to have quite some more time before it's finished, but it's going to be freaking excellent. I'm so excited. Guys, I just forgot basil. Make sure you add basil to the onions, garlic, and tomatoes as you blend them. So, a quick progression. It's been about, let's see, we're about 36 minutes into cooking this down. You can see right now, as I lift up, it's starting to look more tomatoey. Almost more like a salsa. But the flavor and the smell is absolutely phenomenal. Wish you guys were here to see. I will check back in when we get closer. We are getting it thicker right now, but we're still only about a third of the way there. So I'll check back in soon. Thanks. So we are about an hour in. It is still looking very, very liquidy, but you can see it's got a nice rolling boil. Ooh, it's getting a lot thicker. Look at that. See all that tomatoey goodness. See how thick it's starting to get? Okay, that's what you want right there. It's about 1 hour in, a little bit closer to 55 minutes right now. Didn't mention in the earlier part of the video, but 30 small, and I mean very small, basil leaves while making the sauce, but if you have larger ones, do about 15. That way it gives it a nice Italian flavor. Something optional that you can also do at the end of this. Of course, you're gonna, you make your pasta, whatever, if you want to do it homemade or just pre-made, however you want. Make your pasta, and then you can always add in, I always do 1 pound of ground meat with probably about 3 tablespoons of this Pinch Perfect Italian seasoning. You can get it at H-E-B. Gives it a really nice flavor, especially for spaghetti sauces, Italian sauces in general. Just gives it a really nice Italian flavor. So just want to let you guys know about that. We will check back in when it gets closer to being done. Alright, one should look like this around the halfway point. Still has a lot of water in it. See you soon. Alright guys, we're very close. Look at this sauce. Look how thick it is getting. Hardly have to push at all in order to see the tomatoey goodness. It's about at this point that I'm going to want to start tasting, okay? We want to taste, we want to see what it's missing, what it needs, if it needs anything. That way we can adjust our spices. Alright, always gotta go by taste. So we're going to taste it. I can't believe I forgot this ingredient. It's a very important ingredient. The sauce will not be the same without it. You have to put about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of sugar inside your pasta sauce. Don't ask me why, I don't understand it. I don't even really like doing it. It feels awkward, it feels weird, but that's what you do. I'm also going to show you how far we have actually simmered this down. See this line up here? You've got about an inch less from where we started at, just from simmering the water out. Very important to simmer this for a super long time, guys. It's still pretty liquidy, so I'm going to let it sit for a bit longer. Did need a bit more salt, so I'm going to put another tablespoon of salt in. This time I'm just going to do regular granulated salt. There we go. Alright, we got the salt in. We're going to let it keep cooking down. We are about an hour and 19 minutes in to this cook. I'll see y'all when we're ready to blend it one last time. Would you look at that, guys? Just about ready. So see how it's bubbling, but we've got lots of thick areas around here. So I would definitely say that there is more chunkiness than water at this point. So at this point we're going to cut the gas off. I'm going to be using a giant Ninja food processor to get this job done. But you want this nice smooth surface. It's going to look very much like a salsa, but that is the texture that you're going to want before you blend it again. So you can see, get a very nice smooth texture. This could go right now directly onto pasta. Put some meat sauce on it, however you want to use this sauce, but it is a beautiful sauce. I'm going to go ahead and blend it, and then I'll cut to what it should look like. And okay, I will go ahead and post in the description the ingredients and the steps that I used to make this. And I'll also include the optional pound of ground beef and the pinch perfect seasoning that I use. But I will go ahead and cut, and we'll be right back. And there you have it, guys. Like I said, it is a very orange sauce, but freaking fantastic. So if you really want a great dinner for your family, grab a couple tomatoes, a little bit of garlic, some onion, and some basil, a few spices here and there. Don't forget, you can season it how you like. If you want a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, if you want to make it spicier, now's the time. This is going to be that finish. You want that nice saucy look after you blend it. Add your pasta, add your parmigiana, add some basil. You got dinner for your whole family. That should serve about 6 people, or have about 3 different meals with it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more cooking with HexClad. I am going to do a video on cleaning this pan. Should take me in about a minute to clean that. So that's going to be my next video, but I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching.